Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. This time we're taking a look at OnlyFans. We're going to really explore like the business side of things. I think when people hear the name, they think of one thing, but it's a much bigger story than that. So,
You see those headlines, but there's a lot more going on beneath the surface. It's really about how creators are connecting with fans in a totally new way.
yeah, that direct-to-consumer model, it's like a major disruption in the creator economy, right? Like cutting out all the traditional middlemen.
Exactly. And giving creators a much bigger slice of the pie. They keep like 80% of what they earn on OnlyFans.
80%, wow. That's got to be huge for them.
It is. It is. It allows them to really build a business, turn their passion into a sustainable career.
I saw that some of the top creators are making over $1 million a month. Is that really typical or?
Well, it's definitely the top tier.
Yeah.
But it shows the potential, and it's attracting a lot of talent to the platform.
Yeah, because if you're a fitness instructor, for example, you could be reaching a global audience on OnlyFans.
Right. And offering personalized workout plans, cooking classes, music lessons, all sorts of things.
It's like a whole ecosystem of monetization going on there.
It is. You've got subscriptions, of course, but also pay-per-view content, direct messaging with fans, even tipping during live streams.
Wow, so it's not just a one-size-fits-all approach.
Not at all. It's about giving creators the flexibility to tailor their offerings to their audience.
Now, speaking of audience, OnlyFans achieved this global recognition pretty quickly. And they didn't do it with like big ad campaigns or anything, right?
It's been mostly organic. The creators themselves are the best marketers.
So it's like word of mouth on steroids, basically.
You could say that. They leverage social media really effectively, building
Yeah.
their brand, teasing content. It creates this buzz.
Well, and let's be honest, we can't ignore the controversy around the platform.
It-
I mean, love it or hate it, it definitely got people talking.
It did. And that kind of attention can be valuable, whether it's intentional or not.
Yeah, it's like that saying, any publicity is good publicity. The sources also mention the pandemic as a turning point for OnlyFans. Like when the world shut down, it became a lifeline for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Suddenly, everyone was looking for alternative income streams, and OnlyFans was right there.
It normalized the idea of subscribing to online content too, even adult content.
Right. It was already happening, but the pandemic accelerated that trend.
And it brought in a whole new wave of creators from all walks of life.
Exactly. Diversifying the content even further.
Okay, so we've got this perfect storm. Empowered creators, savvy marketing, a global pandemic. But there's also the technology side of things. The platform itself has to be pretty sophisticated to handle all of this.
Oh, yeah. It's not just a website. It's a whole infrastructure designed to support creators and make transactions seamless.
Like I read about their analytics dashboard. Creators can see what's working, what's not, and tailor their content accordingly.
Right. It's like having a built-in market research team.
And the payment system is super streamlined. It works across different countries and currencies.
Yeah, they've really focused on creating a user-friendly experience for both creators and fans.
And they're constantly innovating too, adding new features like live streaming and paywalled content.
They have to stay ahead of the curve. The competition is fierce.
So we've got this tech-savvy platform, diverse monetization options, creators who are marketing powerhouses. But there's still that perception issue, right? That association with adult content.
Yeah, it's a challenge they're trying to address by attracting a wider range of creators,
Yeah.
like fitness instructors, chefs, educators.
Yeah, there are a lot of examples in the sources of popular influencers using OnlyFans for premium content.
It's like a masterclass, but with a subscription fee.
And then there's the celebrity effect. Cardi B, Bella Thorne, they brought a whole new level of attention to the platform.
Remember when Bella Thorne made like $1 million in 24 hours? It was a big moment.
Yeah, it showed the mainstream potential of OnlyFans. Okay, so let's talk numbers. The financial performance is pretty impressive.
It is. In 2023, they processed over $6 billion in gross payments and generated over $1 billion in net revenue. They have over 300 million fan accounts and 4 million creators.
Wow. They've really tapped into something here, this whole creator economy boom.
They have. And they've done it by offering creators a better deal than traditional platforms.
And let's not forget, the controversy has played a role too.
It's kept them in the headlines.
So it's low overhead, creator-driven content, recurring revenue. A pretty simple formula for success.
It is. But the question is, where do they go from here?
That's what we're going to explore in the next part of our deep dive.
We'll look at the challenges they face, the potential for rebranding, and the evolving landscape of content creation.
Stay tuned.
So we were talking about the challenges OnlyFans is facing, and I think rebranding is a big one.
Yeah, because that association with adult content is kind of hard to shake off, and it could limit their growth in the long run.
Right, like attracting mainstream advertisers could be tough.
Exactly. So how do they even approach that? Is a complete rebranding even possible?
Well, a full rebrand might be risky. It's hard to change public perception overnight.
You can't just erase their history.
Exactly. But maybe they could create distinct content categories within the platform.
Oh, I see what you mean, like different channels for different types of content.
Yeah.
Fitness, cooking, music, and then the other stuff.
Right. So users could personalize their experience. And advertisers could target specific demographics.
That's a smart strategy. It kind of allows them to have their cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
But rebranding is only part of the equation. They also need to keep their existing creators happy.
And one way to do that is through financial transparency.
Right. Creators want to know they're getting a fair deal.
And potential investors want to see that OnlyFans is a stable business.
It's about building trust.
Exactly. More detailed financial reports, clearer revenue sharing models, open communication with creators.
It all adds up to a more mature and sustainable platform.
And it could help address some of the concerns around content moderation and creator safety.
Well, that's a good point. A more transparent approach to moderation policies. Robust systems for reporting abuse.
It shows they're taking those issues seriously.
It's about finding that balance, right? Between freedom of expression and responsible content management.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there's the whole issue of regulation.
Yeah, the sources suggest that stricter financial and content regulations are coming.
It's inevitable. Governments worldwide are grappling with how to regulate online content.
It's uncharted territory. OnlyFans needs to be proactive, engage with regulators.
They need to be part of the solution, not just reacting to it.
And that proactive approach should extend to their brand identity, too. Like their efforts to position themselves as a more general creator platform.
Like a Patreon.
Right.
It's a strategic move, but it's not without risks.
It's a tough balancing act, appealing to the mainstream without alienating their core audience.
Exactly. How do you evolve without losing sight of your roots?
It's a question a lot of platforms are wrestling with.
It's a reflection of the broader evolution of the creator economy.
It's a story of disruption, innovation, and the need to adapt.
And it raises some fundamental questions about the future of work, the nature of celebrity, and the relationship between creators and their audiences.
It's a story that's still being written.
And in the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore some of the potential outcomes and what they might mean for the creator economy as a whole.
So we spent a lot of time talking about the ins and outs of OnlyFans. And it's crazy to think how much they've achieved in such a short time.
It really is. They've become a major player in the creator economy, and their influence is only growing.
Yeah, they're kind of setting the standard in a way.
Right. Other platforms are watching them closely, learning from their successes and their mistakes.
It's like they're writing the playbook in real time.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the big takeaways here? What can we learn from the OnlyFans story?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that the creator economy is here to stay, and it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, they've shown that creators can achieve real financial independence on their own terms.
Right. You don't need a big corporation or a record label anymore. You can build a thriving business as a creator, connecting directly with your audience.
It's pretty empowering when you think about it.
It is. It's about democratizing access and control.
And OnlyFans has also shown the importance of adaptability. They haven't been afraid to experiment and evolve.
Yeah, you got to stay ahead of the curve in this industry. The technology is constantly changing. Consumer habits are changing. You have to be willing to adapt.
And they've also highlighted the importance of community.
Absolutely. OnlyFans wouldn't exist without the creators and the fans.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Right. They need each other.
But of course, they still face challenges.
Like that perception issue we talked about.
Yeah.
And the increasing threat of regulation.
Yeah, those are hurdles they'll need to overcome.
But if they can navigate them successfully, they have the potential to be a truly transformative platform.
A model for the future of content creation.
Exactly.
So as we conclude this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a question. How do you think the creator economy will continue to evolve? What role will platforms like OnlyFans play?
It's an exciting time to be a creator.
Hmm.
And the possibilities are endless.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the business of OnlyFans. We'll be back soon with another episode, exploring a new topic and unpacking all the fascinating details. Until then, stay curious,